G'day YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. As always, your host Squidly back for another review for you. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Hope you've had a really good week thus far. Today we are looking at the Freemax Gemm. This is a little disposable sub-ohm tank. You get the Gemm battery, which is a 2900 milliamp hour battery. Look at this thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to dive down. We're going to take a quick look around it. Then we'll jump back up top here. You'll see my beautiful face. And then we'll do the pros, we'll do the cons, we'll do everything that you've come to love and expect from the Friday Vape Club. So stick around, watch that video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that like button. Check out all my social media links in the description below, and let's get into this. All right, and here we have a closer look at that Freemax Gemm. So this is an all-in-one starter kit. It does come with the Gemm disposable sub-ohm tank on top, and then you get the Gemm battery. So let's take a look at these individually, shall we? So this here is the Gemm battery. This is a 29 milliamp hour battery. It does have a resistance range of 0.1 all the way up to 3 ohms, and it does have a maximum output wattage of 80 watts. Up the top here, you do have your spring-loaded gold-plated 510 pin. Down the front here, this is your fire button, and this is also how you adjust the different modes. So there are 3 different wattage modes that you can have depending on your coil. And then you've got Freemax down here. Nothing really much on the bottom. And then you've got on the back, you've got the Gemm logo and also your USB charging port. Like I said, you do have 3 different output options. First of all, with the fire button, 5 clicks on and off. And you can see that it is now off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's back on. The only way you can change the output wattage depending on your coil is if you push the fire button 3 times. You can see now it changes to a green LED, and that means that I'm in that 80 watt range for the 0.15 coil. 1, 2, 3 changes to red. That means I'm at the 40 watts for the 0.15 ohm coil. And 1, 2, 3 changes to like a white, and that means I'm in that mid range, which is 60 watts. So depending on your coil resistance, those different levels will change from like 40, 60, 80. And if you've got the 0.2 ohm coil, it is 40, 60, 80 again. And then if you get the 0.5 ohm coil, that becomes 20, 25, 30 watts. So this thing does have an output range of, I guess, from 20 to 80 watts, but it is all dependent on which mode you set and what the resistance of your coil is. This thing is 25 millimeters across. That means that the Gemm tank is also 25 millimeters in diameter. So in the kit, you do get 2. You get the G1 and I think you get the G2. So this is the single mesh. I've also got the double mesh, which we'll take a closer look at. They're pretty much exactly the same. I actually lied. I was using the G2. This is the G1. So it is a 25 millimeter disposable sub-ohm tank. Up the top here, you do have your mouthpiece. This is a fixed drip tip, so you cannot replace it, change it, do anything. Your filling system is a grommet, very similar to most other fill systems. On disposable tanks, you've got the 1 grommet. It does contain anywhere up to 5 mils. So depending on your coil, it will alter between 4 and 5. So just know that there is a maximum juice capacity of 5 mils here. You can see the coil down there. So I've got this single mesh coil head in here that I haven't quite used yet. Got some pretty massive big wick ports on that coil. Down the bottom here, you do have your AFC, so you can adjust the airflow control. It does stop in the fully wide open position, so I cannot change it anymore. And then you close it off and it stops in the fully shut position. There is dual airflow on this thing. So what happens on one side happens on the other. And then underneath you do have a gold plated 510 connection, the usual shit underneath. That's pretty much it. This tank is disposable. It is made of PCTG, which if anyone knows what that is, please comment down below because I got no fucking idea. Like I said, it's 25 millimeters in diameter, but it is about 51 millimeters tall. So it is a tall fucker. It's got this unusual pattern, like this diamond shaped pattern on it. I kind of think it actually looks really good for a disposable tank. I'm not a real big fan of disposable tanks, but for a disposable tank, I kind of like the looks of this. The other thing of note about these tanks is the cotton that they use. So this is a blend of tea fiber cotton at 90% and then organic cotton at 10%. And let me just tell you, the flavor of these things is fucking sensational. So that's a look at the sub-ohm tank. That's what they look like together. Like I said, I've been rocking the dual coil in here. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've really been enjoying using this. So let's take a look at this packaging, shall we? Packaging. Here we have the packaging. So you've got the Gemm logo there. You've got a picture of your Gemm. That's where you see the tea cotton. Yeah, pretty fucking snazzy packaging. On this side, you've got your authenticity, barcodes, so on and so forth. And then on the back, you've got usual back of box bullshit. You've got specs about the mod, you've got specs about the tank, information about your wattage control, and then you've got your kit contents. So let's get into here. All right, once you open up the packaging, you get all this shit with it. But you will have your mod sitting here. You get the two tanks, you get the single mesh and you get the dual mesh, but you also do receive a warranty card, a user manual, which tells you everything you need to know, all the good bits of information. You get a warning card and you do get some spare grommets. You also receive a USB charging cable. The Freemax Gemm, let's jump back up top, do pros, cons, price, and if I think this is the best or worst device ever. There we had a quick look around the Freemax Gemm. So I have got the G2 coil in here. I have got it at the middle section, so it's around about that 60 watts. Let's take this thing for a fucking toot, shall we? There you go. Fuck, this thing packs a little punch, even at that 60 watts. So let's do flavor, cloud production, and airflow.
Flavor, cloud production, airflow.
The flavor of this thing is absolutely sensational. Freemax just make the best coils out there. If I had to give this a rating out of 10, I would give it a rating of about 8.5, 9 for flavor. It is sensational flavor from a disposable sub-ohm tank. The airflow, wide open, is just super smooth. It is a little bit loud, but I can live with that. And the cloud production, as you saw. So for 60 watts, it's a cool, dense vapor, and it just packs a fucking punch.
Punches harder than if it was dating Rihanna.
So yeah, been digging this thing a lot. So let's get into the pros and cons, shall we?
Pros.
It is kind of all pros. I have been absolutely loving this thing. It is super easy to fill. It holds 5 mils of liquid. It looks pretty fucking sensational. The paint job is absolutely amazing. It's got this like shimmer to it. It doesn't pick it up on camera, and camera doesn't do it justice, but it's almost like a pearl essence white. It is fucking cool. It's really easy to use, really simple to use. 5 clicks and then 3 clicks to just alter that wattage. You get some really sensational flavor from these coil heads. It's compact, it's versatile. There's not much to not love about it. However, there are a few little cons. So let's get into the cons.
Cons.
The first is the disposable tank. I'm not too sure how I feel about disposable tanks at this stage yet. They seem to be more and more hitting the market. I just feel like they're a massive waste. I like the idea of replacing coils. The grommet, I don't know how you would do with a disposable sub-ohm tank without the grommet. However, I just think that looks fucking ugly, and not being able to, change my drip tip. That's kind of it. They are really, really nitpicky cons, and they're cons that I can live with because the flavor and the cloud production is so fucking unbelievable from this thing. So let's get into the price.
Price.
What is the Freemax Gemm kit, gonna set you back. A little bit of Google foo around the internet. I found it on sale for about $37 US and the equivalent of around about 60 bucks here in Australia. It might differ, you know, 10 bucks here or there, but you're getting a 2900 milliamp hour battery, 2 disposable sub-ohm tanks with sensational flavor and really great coils. It is a fucking absolute gem.
See what I did there? It's a gem, but it's called the gem. Yeah, you get it.
So if I had to give this a rating of best device ever, worst device ever with nothing in between, just best or worst, I'm kind of going to give it best device ever. I know that there is a niche market for this. If you're a new vapor and you want to pick up a sub-ohm tank or a kit, I would go and pick this up. If you're a smoker and you want to convert to vaping, I would go and pick this up. If you want a secondary vape for just kicking around the house or something that's easily transportable, I would pick this up. I love this thing. It is absolutely awesome. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoy it. Like always, please like, please share, please subscribe. And remember YouTube, keep it cloudy.
A Gotta Slut production.